Authors throughout history have helped us capture a little something about their life, their era, and the society around them. Authors that help capture our imagination and expand our knowledge. Here are some of the greatest authors in history and a little something about what they did in their life.
George Bernard is a comic dramatist, literary critic, socialist propagandist, winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1925. Living in poverty and struggling from day to day could be a very difficult way to live your life. If given the opportunity, we'd try to change our lives or our situations if we could. Pygmalion is a play by George Bernard Shaw, tells the story of a poor young flower girl who has been disrespected and overlooked because of her appearance and the way she speaks. When given the opportunity, she decided to get language lessons in order to gain respect from others and improve her overall status in life. The outcome of her training isn't what she expected, and she isn't only able to change her appearance and the way she speaks, but she also gained confidence in her own ability. Characters of Pygmalion. Eliza the Little. Eliza the Little is the main character of the story. She was first introduced as an unpolished girl, but she is transformed into a beautiful woman. Professor Higgins. Professor Higgins is a linguist man who believed in Eliza and transformed her into a beautiful woman in 6 months. He is an intelligent man, but he is disrespectful with others. Colonel Pickering is a linguist man who challenged Professor Higgins to change Eliza into a Dutch in 6 months. Alfred the Little. Alfred the Little is Eliza's materialistic father who tries to obtain money from her when he learns that Professor Higgins is working with her. Mrs. Higgins. Mrs. Higgins is Professor Higgins' mother, who disagree about the challenge between Professor Higgins and Colonel Pickering.
Emily Bronte is a poet and novelist, famous for her classic novels Wuthering Heights. When she was 3 years old, her mom died of cancer. Wuthering Heights is a powerful tale of love, hate, sorrow, and death. It later became a classic of English literature. Her writings have been included in the broad period of romanticism. They ranged from stark reminders of harshness of life to the potential beauty and power of love and mystical power of nature. Nothing about the reception of Emily Bronte's first and only published novel Wuthering Heights in 1847 suggested that it would grow to achieve its now cult status. While contemporary critics often admit its power, even unwillingly responding to its clarity of its psychological realism, the overwhelming response was one of the disgust at its British, brooding, Pyrrhonic hero.
Jane Austen, an English author who wrote romantic fiction combined with social realism. Her famous novels include Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, and Emma. Her novels defied the novels of manners, but they also became timeless classic well over 2 years after her death. Jane Austen's novels are a reflection of her outlook on life. She spent most of her life isolated in certain sections of society. Her novels also focus on the issue of gaining a suitable marriage. In the 19th century, marriage was a big issue facing women and men. Often financial considerations were permanent in deciding marriage. One of Jane Austen's novels. Between October 1796 and August 1797, Austen completed the first version of Pride and Prejudice, and it was called First Impression. In 1797, her father voted to offer it to a London publisher for publication, but the offer was declined. Finally, they become together in love and self-understanding.